shapeshifter. They're not even a thing. They're not an object. They're not a thing. Because they don't really want to identify by anything. Even when they believe they're the mind. That's the thing. These people are like entities. They're not demonic. They're not empathetic. They're not angelic. They're empty. They roam around the space everywhere. They're not a devil. You know, they do thrive in ego. And I have ego. You have ego. Everyone has ego, but these things, these entities, they believe they are the ego. I truly feel like some people in this world are born with only ego, and they do not have a soul. They believe they might have a soul, but that's why they need people like me, you, and everyone else to exist in their miserable world. It's like, do not waste your love on someone who does not deserve it, is a good one to say, because we end up giving our love and our time to people who just take it for granted. They throw you out like an object, and they sort of just brush you, away like nothing really happened. You can go back to them. They'll act like they don't know you at first, even when they know you. You can't ask for validation, otherwise, they will just complicate everything more to a point where they gaslight your own reality because their own duality is complicated. So, yeah, these people are very complicated people, and when you seek peace, do not be around people like this at all. Not one bit. And I'm with one right now telling you this because I chose to. And I'm doing it because I am more aware of what narcissism is. Because back then I was still learning about it. I was still emotionally tied with some people who caused me to develop a very, very, emotional tie with the mask that they made up, and that was just the illusion. And the truth is, when you meet these people and you see them right there straight towards what they really are, they claim to be greedy because it's the type of mask they're wearing. They're not a person. They can't be. They have no identity. They're a shapeshifter. Shapeshifters do not identify as an object, a person, a thing. They don't do that. They don't even be either. You can't be yourself when someone refuses to be who they are. You can't do something with someone who refuses to do something with you. And you can't refuse when your gut is trying to tell you something is not right. I ignore myself because I know that I'm with a covert narcissist right now, and I know this because this is how they are. When they're around other people, they're usually around the same sex as you are. They're trying to see if you will be intimidated by their bad interactions and intentions with other people. Since I'm 3 steps ahead, I know this guy's intentions. I know that everyone that he hangs around with is either an old supply or a new one. And the new one is just about to hear the story about me being a really bad person to the narcissist that they believe is a charming, kind hearted human being. And they're naive because they don't even know what narcissism is. I was once there. Do I want to be friends with them? I learned it's best not to be friends with anyone. Not even your enemy. If you befriend somebody who is right in the middle of your enemy and you are fucked. I keep my enemies closer than my friends, and that's why I keep going back to this one dude, because he is not my friend, he is my enemy. And I keep close attention to see what he does next. I study this person. I observe his moves. I watch what he says. I keep my guard up because you cannot let anyone tell you to stop being paranoid, because you have a right to stay with you. Because if you allow these people to tell you what to do, you're fucked. There's a higher chance that you might lose yourself and your way when you cross people like this. The only fate you have is by really just focusing on you, taking time to yourself, and limiting contact with people like this. You can still have them in your life, but you just can't really say much to them. You really can't. And most times it's best to just go off radar and not really say why you left. Otherwise you will just, witness somebody who is just like telling you, you're always like this. I don't really care. Oh, what are you talking about? I do care. Like, they switch from caring to caring. They test you. They want to see what happens if they go back and forth, to see if you react to it, to see if you get jealous by it. You envy their envy, and they envy your power. So when you give them the right to crush your heart, you're letting them in your mind. And you're letting this asshole, step on you for fun. And it could be pleasure and, it turns you on and things like that. But for other people, if it's something that bothers you, don't just leave. Don't stay long. Trust me. It does bother me, but I am acknowledging that what is happening in my brain right now is not who I am. It is what it is. It's kind of like that's the way it is. That quote comes from ego. Ego is mind shit. It's the parasite that a lot of people believe they are, but you're not the inner voice. And I have the right to leave or stay. That is entirely my choice. There's really no such thing as healing. It's all made up in your mind. It's like if somebody cracked an eggshell by going too far and now you feel wounded because you cannot get up because your leg was broken. Pain is an illusion, but it's not our enemy. It's our friend. It's our guide. It's our teacher. It's our master. It's our discipline. It's our intellect. And it's a form of triangulation that can be used for good or evil. To cause pain in others or cause more pain in yourself. And you can use ego to get what you want from others by simply lying to them as they lie to you, which is exactly what I'm doing to this guy. He gives me money. He's a resource. Do I give a shit about him? Not really, no. You can't. I learned that when people who act like they give a shit about you, they don't give a fuck about you. They really don't. They only like the fact that you came back to them because they know why. You love their money. So sooner or later they will use this support as a tether to pull me apart and add more conflict into my life. I'm very aware of this. I'm very aware that this is exactly what he might do to me. And he shall try, but he might miss, you know. You know, these entities, they can shoot you, but they'll miss every fucking shot. You wanna know why? It's because they're distracted with all the things that they cannot control you at all. Once they lose control and power over you, they miss every shot. They take you for granted. You leave their life. They get worse as they get older. You know, they're a fuck up. You're a success. But don't you dare ever think that the narcissist made you become a fucking monster, because you were never a monster. You were just the dragon who scared the monster who ran away, which was the narcissist. Or the narcissist made you run away because, well, sometimes you do gotta run away from these people. Not in fear, but if you carry love, save it for people who need it. Don't take it, don't give your love to people who just do not, they want it because it's a resource to them, just as money is a resource to me. Money and love is energy. It can be money and greed or money and love. It's your choice. I'm a beautiful soul and a beautiful human. But to the narcissist, he thinks that I'm a psychopath and a crazy son of a bitch. Don't take their words as a way that's how they feel about you. Look at it as if, oh, that's who they are. That's literally who they are. They take you as an example by covering you up in their mess, wearing you on their face, and they tell you that you're a mess. You're the narcissist, but they're wearing your mask. They're wearing your face. When they wear your face and now they're mimicking you, it's not really you. It's actually them saying those words because they're the miserable fuck, not you. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Have a good day.